Watch your step, lest it lead off a cliff.
Thank you, Eyes. With you watching over, I'm sure I will be fine. Away from these sea-kissed shores of Alinor lies the mainland of Tamriel, the land of great melting pots of cultures and races. Right now, relations between the rulers of Alinor, the Dominion, and the Empire have settled into an uneasy peace after the Treaty of the White Gold Concordat, which was signed in 4E 175. But a second conflict between the Dominion and Empire will become inevitable. It is a somber thought, and we are left with more questions than answers.
How may I help you? Greetings! How are you on this wonderful evening? I am a collector of ancient texts. I read and study them all. I have learnt many tongues from beast to man to mer and everything else in between. I bet you there is if you look down the right rabbit hole. You're familiar with rabbit holes, are you not? They are not just the ones for rabbits. Some are for people too. That all depends on the type of rabbit hole, my friend. What sort of entry into the unknown do you want to get lost in? Are you an adventurer in paper or in person? Then it really doesn't matter what you do. The holes will gravitate to you. Oh, please, such a mundane process. I suppose I could teach you a thing or two about speech. For a small price. Courage is resistance to fear. Mastery of fear, you understand, not absence of it. Yes, there is a relic I believe is in a cave not too far from here. I should like it for my collection. I will pay you handsomely for retrieving it. I'll mark its location for you.
Keron works at the courthouse here in Shimmerene. He wants me to look for a relic in a cave close to the Great Lake area. Blessings upon you, Sarah.
Go ahead.
We will work on Keron's task later. For now, we need to visit Shimmerene and talk to the citizens of the city. Perfect timing, we find an inn as the heavens open up. Let's spend the night at the Shimmerene Sea View. Ooh, a hot bath. This is perfect after a long day of travel. All right, Eisen Monk, we will spend the night at this inn.
I need a drink.
Once every 100 or so years, someone interesting comes along. 99 more to go. Might head to the ported pub one of these days. See the ship.
You may speak. Shimmerene Seaview, a great setting for relaxation, conveniently located between Shimmerene and the Mages Guild. 350 gold.
350 gold? The inns at Alinor are incredibly expensive.
Beds are on the top floor. Be seeing you.
Looks like the owners of this inn do not like light. What a strange inn.
Yeah? Miss?
Okay, this is our room.
Huh?
Looks like this is the dining area.
What is it? My story. Maybe if I knew you better, stranger, I would tell you. So, what brings you to these parts?
Everything has beauty. Everyone can see it.
That sounds like fun. Going from place to place, looking for new arcane knowledge. I'm not a mage, but I know what you mean. I have quite the collection of scrolls. I am not from Summerset Isle. I hail from Cyrodiil originally, and am looking for someone to travel and explore with similar ideas. I have a mother and father back home, and having explored most of my homeland, I'm looking to explore new lands. If you're interested, I'd like to join up.
I don't recall using teleportation, but there I was. Hello. Thank you.
Maybe later, Alanya.
Well, that's too bad. If you change your mind, let me know. Yes?
Say.
You too. You need something?
Questions? How are you? Can I help you?
I don't recall using teleportation, but there it was. Delicious.
How are you?
Tasty.
It actually looks nice without my lantern turned on, isn't it?
I could see it, but I know it wasn't there.
This inn is charming in its own way.
Head to Korgrad one of these days. Pick up some supplies.
Oh, hello.
Everything has beauty, but not everyone can see it.
Good. Let us pause for a... I shall.
Hello.
Alright, monk, let's talk about the Daedric princess.
Boethia is the prince of plots, deceit, and conspiracy. Such words are sinister when spoken in the void. Yet, when the scales of power tip toward tyranny, when the strength of the dishonorable cannot be vanquished by a frontal assault, Boethia is there. Mola Gabal, meanwhile, is her nemesis. For he is strength and domination, and those who enslave others do so in his name. Although Boethia teaches us that strength can be vanquished, Molag Bal demonstrates that weakness is not a virtue. Mehrunes Dagon is the facilitator of destruction, the great equalizer of this plane. For when life is allowed to grow unchecked, it will wither from its own abundance.
So, in this world, there are good intentions gone bad, and beautiful mistakes.
Such is the complexity of life. For all intentions, all actions, flow on the waves of balance. There is the story of a monk who traveled through a busy market, where a butcher was peddling his meats. The monk asked the butcher which meat was the tastiest, and the butcher promptly replied, "All of it. Everything I sell is tastier than the other." And when the monk understood the butcher's lies were true, he gained a fragment of wisdom.
Thank you, dear monk, for another morning talk.
Moons guide us.
Hello. I'm originally from Cyrodiil. My employer asked that I wait here for a package to arrive. I have been waiting about 2 months now. It is, but I'm still being paid, and the pay is good, so I don't mind. I collect artifacts from my employer. My employer is actually the one who finds the items and makes the trades for his employer. I'm just the one who delivers it. Well, I'm pretty new myself. I haven't left the inn much since I got here. The view out back is fantastic, though. Some of the townsfolk that I passed through mentioned something like that. I don't usually get caught up in local gossip, but it did seem intriguing. I heard that talking about that might not be a good idea, so I'm just going to keep quiet. I heard that some cult called the Beautiful have been stealing statues from cities all over Alinor. What's the point?
Good day.
A cult named Beautiful are stealing statues. I have to make a note about that in my journal, as we may encounter them. The city of Shimmerene has a market in the center and buildings surrounding it.
Go ahead. That Rainer of Alinor is a strange one, only finding freedom in the realms of eccentricity. Right then. Now that I think of it, maybe they were right.
The path from the market leads to this impressive-looking building. The courthouse may be an important place.
Pretty sure no one was looking. May I help you? Oh, good day.
That's unusual.
How do you do, Dunmer? How may I help you? What was his name again?
Oh, I'm just the cleaner. I make sure everything is nice for the king and queen.
As a sign of brilliance.
I guess no one has seen them in a while, but that doesn't mean I get a break. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. I mean, I haven't left the palace since the 4 years ago when I started working here.
Why would they let
I wouldn't know the first thing about what's out there.
I could see it, but I know it wasn't there.
It didn't seem like that big of a problem until they went missing too. He's a nice Mer. Well, what I remember of him anyways. The market has a number of shops, but there are a couple of stores in people's homes too. I ran across a ghost once. Seemed to suck the energy right out of me. Stay safe.
Thank you, Valley.
Probably wasn't a good idea.
I don't recall using teleportation. There it was, delicious. Tasty.
I'm so hungry.
May I help you? Due to my station, I'm limited, ma'am, in what I can say. I am an elite guard for the King and Queen of Shimmerene. While the roles are similar, I was born only for this role. It is all I know and all I trained for. They are both very kind to their subjects. They have been investigating the disappearances for a few years now too. If you have time, you should make it a point to speak with them. Perhaps you can be of some aid to Shimmerene. You can ask around the court. There is bound to be someone looking for a labourer. I cannot offer work in my station. Not at my station, ma'am. Be seeing you.
Talking to yourself is a sign.
Hello. I'm the Shimmerene court steward. Typically, I would be in charge in their absence, but that role is now handled by the Dominion. They left a note saying they were stepping out for a while. That was about a month ago and not very typical of a king or queen to do. Do I really have to say? It seems obvious. Well, I'm still getting paid. Sometimes the Dominion officer will have duties for us. I was a month ago. I just figured they're dead by now, so no point in stressing about them. Well, there isn't much I can do. But what if they come back? Well, you have a point. I think I'll stick it out a bit longer to see what happens.
I don't recall using teleportation, but there I was. Alone. Naked.
So the king and queen of Shimmerene are missing too. Could it be connected to the disappearance of King Selimir of Cloudrest? I will have to add a note in my journal. And another thing, the agents of the Dominion did not want to talk. Maybe they are hiding something. Anyway, let's speak to the townsfolk.
Greetings to you. Hail. Questions?
How are you? Questions? I'm all right, stranger. I'm just a farmer. Most of my produce is resold locally. Ah, well, let's see. Shimmerene is the town of 1,000 lights. It is where many people have come and gone to become illumined. Yes, many people think there is a deeper level of consciousness, and that lights here in town can somehow bring them closer. How would I know? I'm not one of those nutcases. Yes, actually there is. There are a number of large stones in the dirt in my field. I work on that each day as it can really impact the harvest. They say it is happening all over the Isles. Maybe a hero will come along to stop it all from happening. Do you have any tomatoes you don't need? I'd be willing to take them off your hands. Take care.
Lights of Shimmerene are aiding people to a higher level of consciousness. I should investigate this. Another entry in my journal.
Greetings, Arch-Mage. Well, hello. I'm Stefan, and I run this general store. I heard the king and queen had gone missing not long ago. I hope they're all right. I do, actually. There is a chest someone left here a while ago that they wanted me to get open for them. The problem is that no one in town is really skilled in lockpicking or even knows any open lock spell that will work. Would you be willing to give it a try? I'll place the box out for you.
I have to do better than that. You are overconfident indeed, if you seriously think no matter how many, there are always more.
Disgusting! I'm always wary about mysterious chests. I am glad the repulsive creatures have been defeated.
One should never speed up to catch up with life.
May I help you?
One should slow life down.
Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully there was something good in there because I didn't have a reward in mind. What would you like? Stay safe.
Runes guide us.
I wonder why Stefan had a city guard inside the shop. A Dunmer living in Alinor. How interesting. Let's hope we learn something from an outsider's perspective.
Go ahead. Who, me? Nothing that would concern you, I'm sure.
I don't recall using teleportation, but there I was, alone, naked.
If you're looking for a room, Seaview is positioned between Shimmerene and the Mages Guild. The market should have all your buying and selling needs. If you're looking to expand your magical prowess, though, you'll want to head to Korgrad Wastes. The trader there has quite the selection, from what I hear. It seems nowhere is safe nowadays. Towns, villages, and hamlets all have had people go missing. These are sad times, and the Dominion hasn't done anything to help. I wouldn't be surprised if they were behind it. Many of us consider it part of Shimmerene because of how close it is. The building has been there for as long as I can remember. The guild belonged to the Empire before they fled Summerset Isle. They made it very difficult for anyone to learn magic. My home? It was built shortly after the crisis by a small group of architects passing through. The buildings here haven't changed much in comparison to other places like Alinor and Sunhold, which were hit the hardest.
Now, let me think.
No, I was in Vvardenfell at the time. I still lived in Summerset Isle, but was visiting family. When I got back, my home was destroyed. Every letter, every book, my shoes, food, and everything I worked so hard for, just ash. Since the Empire scurried off, many of the survivors used the college as shelter, a safe haven from the Dremora. Arch-Mage Neltharion took it upon himself to organize the mages, putting them in groups based on skill, and was able to keep the Daedra at bay. Shimmerene is a coastal city. Many things with a subtle glow seem drawn to this location. You'll find things like glowvines, glowbugs, and one of the only natural sources of coruscate. It would appear to be some sort of translucent material. I know there is a sword made of it, and some other things too, like parts of Androtha's tower. I suppose because of its rarity, there aren't many items that use it. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you?
I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try.
Thank you, Varen and Galana. You both have been very helpful. It is clear that Varen is not happy about the Dominion's handling of the missing king. and he suspects they may be behind these disappearances. Varen also revealed that the Empire made magic inaccessible to the people of Alinor, and now anyone can practice magic here. My respect for Arch-Mage Neltharion has gone up after listening about how his leadership was very important for the people of Shimmerene during the Oblivion Crisis. Such a beautiful temple. We should enter and get some divine vibrations within us.
Hey there.
Hello.
Watch your step.
Can I help you?
Always a pleasure.
Oh, hello. Come to look at the town freak? Well, I don't need your pity, stranger. I got enough of my own. Oh, here we go. Any other names you got? I heard them all. They call me the town freak because of my blind eye. They call me the town witch because of it too, saying I've put curses upon everyone in town that speak evil of me. Well, never you mind. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks. I like to keep an eye on who comes in and out of town. Can't be too safe nowadays. Well, I do believe that there is a hamlet called Silverwood, south of town. Supposed to be a grand library there, so I've heard. Nope, sorry. You could try the courthouse, though. I'll be here. How are you?
Now.
Interestingly enough,
Keep moving.
I'm listening, citizen. Go ahead.
It is wise for all returning travelers to pray at the shrine. When chaos rules our bodies, it may infect the next mortal. So, we ask the Aedra for calm.
Thank you, monk. Surely I will meditate. I love the energy here.
I'm so hungry.
Talking to yourself is a sign of brilliance.
Well met. Go ahead.
We welcome all here, as this is a holy place. This is the Shimmerene Temple of the Eight.
8? Oh yeah. Talos is not a god in Alinor.
Of course. May the Eight guide and bless you.
I don't know using teleportation, but there I was.
Might head to
alone.
the port and pub one of these days.
Naked.
And how are you? Go ahead.
It is not the temple's place to make opinions on such things. The Dominion informed us of this.
I could see it, but I know it wasn't there.
As we are receiving aid from the Dominion, it would be a conflict of interest to weigh in on any of their actions.
I don't recall using teleportation, but there it was. Delicious.
As I said, I will not speak on this topic.
Okay. Thank you for the blessing, Sarith.
The temple is honored that you would ask, but we are not hiring aid at the moment.
Be seeing you.
And how are you?
Interestingly enough, altars should not
Talking
be
to yourself
altered.
is a sign of brilliance.
This is the home of Master Bolwing, who who works at the Mages Guild here. Let's see if we can talk to his family.
Might head to Alinor one of these days. Try to find the lounge. How may I help you? Can I help you? Very little. It's strange. She seems so familiar, and everyone acts as if they know her, but there's something off about her. Something she's not sharing. He's been Arch-Mage for the last 50 years or so. He believes in having as many students as possible. I guess he has a theory that in the event another crisis were to take place, instead of limiting those who can learn magic, he let everyone learn the sanctioned schools. I heard that in other provinces, if a village were to be attacked, most people living there would likely die. Thanks to the Dean, most of the common folk have at least a basic understanding of destruction magic. I guess it would also make the Altmer look bad if they were being killed by a common mud crab. We've been a couple for a few months now. I was doing some work for him at home, but because of the distance, he suggested I move in. Originally, I'm from Alinor. If you're not familiar with Alinor's teleportation, you might get lost. There's a central area that has teleportation orbs to make it easier to get to places, you know, with everything floating. It's great for keeping tourists out of places like the chapel. Some old magic I'm sure I wouldn't understand. I guess it was used nearly 200 years ago when Summerset Isle was attacked by the Dremora. In an effort to save as many people as possible, they just moved houses and buildings to where they couldn't be attacked. I hear Alinor was quite beautiful back then. What is there to say? Everyone is a bit cautious. No one knows what happened to them. It could be a matter of speaking with them one minute and they're gone the next, like they were never there. Some have suggested that some unknown force may have teleported them to outer realms, to a place where they are lost and cannot return. There was a rumor that some people in Skyrim have been reported missing too. They are our leaders. Why do you ask? I do not associate feelings with the leaders. It's safer for my mind to be free of those restrictions. The Dominion is, and nothing more. Farewell.
The floating city of Alinor. That must be some sight. I'm sure we will visit soon.
Well met.
You need something, traveler? You're standing in the presence of Yakshar, retired adventurer, dungeon explorer, and master swordsman. Found my wife, Kelsra, somewhere in the eastern borders of High Rock. Yeah, but not in some filthy cave, no. I found her in a filthy town. Name doesn't ring a bell. All the townsfolk were beating her for no reason.
Why does his breath always smell of cabbage, though?
What do you think I did? I killed them and took her back here. She doesn't say much, but I know she's happy with me. Yeah, but it was hard to tell when they were mad because they were all a bunch of dumb racists. Only reason I knew they were mad was because they were swinging their weapons at me. Had to kill them all. Yeah, seemed like the right thing to do at the time. It was quite the bloodbath. But some people should be mindful of what they say and do to others. I would assume I do. I mean, you can't kill over 12 town guards and 20 townsfolk without getting one. Needless to say, they'll never get a single septim from me. Shimmerene is a real nice place to settle down and start a family. If anyone tries to stop that from happening, they'll have to answer to me. I don't know anything about missing people in Summerset Isle. High Rock is a different story. So I know that Shimmerene has glow vines, but I don't actually know what makes them glow. Take care.
Interesting orcish couple here in Shimmerene. I can listen to his stories all day.
Oh, hello. I don't know if I can help you, but I'll try. We are nobles. We don't work. It doesn't seem big, but it feels big. Just walk around a bit and you'll see what I mean. Sylvia, you say? Interesting. I've heard that name around, but I've not seen anyone call themselves that. Be a dear and do let me know if you spot them. I'd like to see them myself. I like to put faces to names. My name is Astera. You may have had the misfortune of meeting my husband. You see, I come from a wealthy family, and he isn't really accustomed to this lifestyle. He feels he needs to talk down to everyone. Don't you mind the bite in his words? Other than that, I just love spending my time at the temple. Worship, worship, worship. Make your way to the temple while you can. You never know when your time will be up. Why, I think that's a wondrous question. I think it might be the question on many people's minds right now. But who's really to say? I guess only the divine would truly know. Silly question to ask here in Shimmerene. Shimmerene is a Dominion-controlled town. Have a good day now.
Guide me, O Azura, with your wisdom in everything I do. Ooh, the torch bugs are here. How pretty. It's been a long day, and we have learnt so much about the people and culture of the city. I think we should relax at the center market.
Now that I think of it, maybe they were right. Now that I think of it, maybe they were right.
Helmet, and how are you? I am a taxidermist. You may have seen much of my work all over Tamriel. Well, I've been in the craft for about 50 years now, and I have completed many pieces from simple mud crabs to the ever-so-regal vampire lord. Oh yes, many of them. I was very intrigued when I completed my first one. I've never seen such a luxurious loincloth on any other specimen. Whoever the craftsman was who assembled it was definitely trying to make a statement. Why, just look at the length of the decadent gems cascading down its front. I've seen all manner of loincloths in my days, from the typical undergarment to that of the Saviour's hide, a Daedric artifact of legend. Nothing holds a candle to it. typically, no, but I do have one on display in my house, called Majestic. Shimmerene Mages Guild shouldn't be too far from here. Oh, Shimmerene has all sorts of things to do, really. Shopping, learning. I'm sure there is much work needed to be done too if you looked in the right areas. I feel they are a necessary evil. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't think they actually serve a purpose per se. During this age, I feel they serve as a sort of stepping stone for another event to take place.
That is such an interesting perspective. The Dominion do seem to be the types who will fade away in the sands of time.
Many. None of them pleasant, so I try not to dwell on it. I've seen her around, but I'd be lying if I told you I knew anything about her. Oh, the Dean? He's nice, I suppose, if you are not in the same room as him. Nicest Arch-Mage I ever met. Winterhold? That's in Skyrim, right? What is Skyrim like? I heard it is awfully cold there. Well, that explains a lot, really, on why they do some of the things that they do. Take care.
What an intelligent lady. Lona has very interesting thoughts. It's been a long day. We will relax at the sea view now. As I gaze into the waters of the Abyssinian Sea, I think I have a good understanding of Shimmerene. The city seems to be in a state of limbo without their king, and the people are wary about the Dominion agents here, but they are open to talk and are going about their lives as normal. Tomorrow, we will visit the Mages Guild and see if they need any help, and also explore the surrounding areas around Shimmerene. Now it is time to relax. It is so peaceful here.
The Summerset Isle mod is truly a work of art and passion. We will return every week to explore Madura Darethi's adventure in this tropical and alien-looking fantasy world. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week.